I like actually feel like a dumbass. Really, I mean, I'm sitting here with my spirit guides like harping in my ear like, this is your problem. This is your problem. And there's a million fucking problems. And I have no idea how to like convey all of them in one night. So I'm just going to just word vomit and just tell you everything I've been fucking up with when it comes to manifesting. So the biggest thing for me is I really do keep looking at the 3D reality to validate shit. Like, to validate what's happening. Like, okay, so for instance, the weather. I'm just going to use this as an example. One, my friend was like, "Oh my God, it's going to be a warm one." Then the weather guy on the news, you know, "Oh, it's going to be a hot one. It's going to get hotter." And then I look at Google and you know, on the like the news thing, it like shows on your notification app, you know, all the temperatures and shit. I keep looking to the 3D and I'm like, ooh, a cool down, right? Is a cool down coming? And then I look and it's like, no, hotter than hell, hotter than it's ever been. I'm waiting for a cool down to come in. So if I'm waiting on a cool down to come in, I'm the one that has to say a fucking cool down's coming in. You know what would be really great? Is if I imagined rain, a rainstorm. And then if I imagined the news guy saying, "I don't know where that rain came from." Isn't that weird? We weren't expecting that. Really funny. But now it's like 25 degrees cooler and everybody's like running around like a chicken with his head cut off because everybody's like, what the fuck happened? Yeah, it's like 60 degrees now. I'm the one that has to say that that's the reality tomorrow. I can't keep looking at the 3D reality and waiting for the 3D reality to validate that it's going to be 60 degrees tomorrow, because that shit ain't changing. Because those weathermen sure as shit think it's going to be 90. So I am actually going to say, no, it's 60. And that's it. So take that, weatherman. Like you might be predicting the weather, but it's not really a prediction. It's Jenna's manifestation. You're very welcome. But it's the same with when it comes to gas prices. Everybody tells you outside externally like, oh yeah, well, gas is so expensive. It's like so much higher and so much higher. Okay, that's a limiting belief. And that is something that the 3D has shown you. That does not mean that that has to be the future. That's how it's been so far, but you can build it up today to change in your mind like, oh my God, gas is $2 a gallon, guys. Every time I drive past, $2. Holy shit. $2 a gallon? Everything's cheaper now because of it, right? Gas is cheaper, groceries are cheaper, everybody's traveling more, and it's like freaking crazy, right? The 3D that's already evident right now, showing you shit on the radio, on neon signs when you drive past a gas station, all that stuff is dead. It's dead and gone. It's already been manifested. It's one version of reality, but there is a totally different version of reality that you can build right now in your imagination and shift to it immediately. Okay? It just technically depends on how quickly you're able to impress your subconscious mind that it really is $2 a gallon. How often have you been telling yourself it's $5 a gallon? You know what I mean? It's going to take a little bit of practice, but I think we've got this. Like, I realize, holy shit balls, I have legit been manifesting it all this time wrong. Because I was looking to my 3D to validate shit that I keep telling myself internally. Like, it's going to be 60 degrees tomorrow, guys. It's going to be 60. Let's see if it's true. No. Nope. Because now my subconscious believes that it's going to be 90. Because I just looked at the fucking weather app that says tomorrow it's going to be 90. So I just shot myself in the foot there. So you can't look at the 3D. The 3D is dead. You're the only one that gives your imagination that validation. Your 3D, that's a culmination of shit you already manifested the last 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months, right? That's already happened. It's dead and gone. What you see and imagine now is going to be your reality tomorrow. But you can't keep wavering by going back and forth in, oh, it's going to be $2 a gallon, guys. Isn't that crazy? Like, everything is so cheap now. And then looking at the sign at the gas station and being like, oh, shit, never mind. No, man, look how it just went up. You can't do that. We cannot do that. And it's like, it's common sense, right? And that's what everybody talks about, the manifestation community. Like, stop wavering, stop looking at your 3D like it means something. It ain't shit. It doesn't mean anything. What is this guy doing? Wheelies in the parking lot? A white minivan literally doing wheelies in the parking lot. Okay, well, there's something you don't see every day. But we have to stop looking at the 3D to validate what we keep telling ourselves, a new story. We're telling ourselves a new story, but then we're going back to the 3D that's the old story and being like, oh, see, it didn't change, guys. Didn't change. Yeah, because we're wavering. It's the same when an ex comes back and we're like so excited that they came back, right? And then it's good for like a day or a week, and then they start fucking wavering. Like their hot and cold behavior is because we're wavering. We're looking at the 3D, at the things that still needs to change with them, right? And we're like, we stop going into our imagination. We just look at the 3D version of them. No, you can't do that. If they come back, you can't look at the 3D version of them as gospel. You have got to stay in your 4D, in your imaginal act. You've got to stay in your imagination saying things like, oh my God, isn't he so sweet? Wow, he really is apologetic. Wow, he really has changed. Like, holy shit, this is a totally new man, right? You need to stay there in that 4D. Stay there. Guys, I can't tell you that enough. And I feel like my spirit guides, they're just like, yeah, honey, you've been fucking it up. A lot. We need to correct some things, Jenna. It's really bad. It's really bad. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I lived this long on the planet. How did I survive this long? I don't know. But we have to stay in the 4D, in the imaginal act, and I now see what it means. Like, when people say that, when manifestation coaches say that, like, live in your imagination, I freaking know what it means now. I mean, it took long enough, damn. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I love you. Bye.